Hello, everybody. Welcome back. And I'm doing something very stupid, honestly. Let me just put some music. Go. Tell me how the music is. I'm gonna lower it a little bit just in case. But yeah, I decided to do something very stupid for myself. I'm gonna say. I wanted to be more to talk more to my friends and stuff like that. So I decided, why not just make a talk show? So here we are. Welcome everybody to the English pilot episode of Tales from the Agency. This is gonna be, I hope, a monthly thing if everything goes right. Where basically I want to invite the people that I call friends but I don't know very well, do know them better, basically. And maybe you can learn a bit from there too. That's basically the idea. Just hour and a half of us just having some fun talking and stuff like that. Well, also welcome Jazz, welcome Sugary, welcome Spider Honey. Thank you for oh, I just realized I had the alert sounds. Oh, that didn't show the image for the alert. Anyway, I need to check. The alerts are always the awful thing here. I need to fix them. Hello, Ape from. But yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get Okay, that is the alert that Spider Honey did. Okay, now it's working. Andre Eager, welcome to the agency. Thanks for the follow. But yeah, let's not waste any time. Let's get the pizza eyes. Thank you for joining the detective agency. Let's get our guest here. You know her, you love her. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here Ophelia Valentine with us. Let me just... Me. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Val. Welcome to the agency, and thank you so much for agreeing to do this.
No, it's so good. I'm excited.
Yeah, and I'm nervous. That's the thing here.
Don't be nervous. It's okay.
Let me just... There. Oh, Mongo, thank you for joining the detective agency. That's gonna sound a lot today, I think. But yeah,
Outlaws are rolling up.
yeah, and I need to say that's one of the things I wanted you, like one of the first guests here, because you are. I've said it on Twitter, but I need to say here live. You are a huge inspiration in terms not just of VTubing, but community in general.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I always try to my own community to keep them together, to have fun and stuff like that. But you literally have one of the best communities online. I'm gonna say it right immediately.
Oh, I'm very happy with the Outlaws, and I'm very happy that they are so good.
Yeah,
It
no,
makes me prideful.
I've been in a lot of fandoms and stuff like that, but never I've seen a community this feeling like this type of family, basically.
That's one thing I really want is like, I really wanted a community that was like a family, so we could be there for each other and kind of make sure that we take care of one another. So that's one thing I really wanted, and I think we got it.
Yeah, you said that on Twitter a few hours ago. I remember.
Yeah, that's something I think about often, is how much I strive to make this a safe, comfortable place for a lot of people.
And that is only because of you, Val, because and especially for content creation, I truly believe that even if the creator itself doesn't mean something, he needs to be very careful to talk about something. Like every time I try to express my opinion and stuff like that to my friends, I be like, this is just my opinion. You don't need to leech on that. You don't need to just because I say I hate something, you need to hate it and yada 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 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's sometimes that there's gonna be somebody in the community that maybe does something you can't control it. That happens, especially with big communities. But
yeah,
you're still like responsible for a good chunk of the stuff.
Yeah, like I feel like in situations with communities, there's always, like you said, the bigger ones. There's gonna be people that may stand out negatively, but I think it's a big part of how you react to it is how it moves forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's also a good point in how you manage that aspect of the community. That's also very important.
And how you enforce your boundaries and enforce the rules to keep the community safe together. Yeah.
But yeah, give us a little introduction about yourself, Val. A lot of people in the chat know you already, but I want to give the formalities, basically.
Yeah, no worries. Hello, howdy. My name is Ophelia Valentine. I'm a Vampire Cowgirl VTuber. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. My fan base is called The Outlaws, and my symbols are the banjo and a bat. So hello.
And if you want to follow Val, in the clock on the top right corner, you can see her name in all different social media accounts.
Oh, I thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
No, thank you to Chronoco, sorry, on Twitter. They made this clock thing. I think it's free to download, and it's a local file, so I can change it anytime.
Oh, that's awesome! Actually, that's really cool.
Yeah. And before we go with any other questions, Val, I have this important question. Which beverage do you want for tonight?
Oh,
We have
the one with
Mexican
the
mocha,
lemon.
lemon tea, matcha, and a simple latte.
Lemon tea.
Lemon
Yeah,
tea?
yeah.
Okay. You go.
Thank you,
I'm
thank you.
gonna keep the latte for myself. These are from a red bean porridge, a red bean porridge on. Give me one sec. That give me one second. That's
No,
a big thing for me. I'm just a one-person crew here, so I'm my only model. So here we
it's
go.
okay. It's all good.
But yeah, this beverage were made by a red bean porridge. That will be red bean porridge on Twitter. He's making a lot of assets free to use. So let me just later I'm gonna grab the Twitter so you can follow him. It's amazing because I wanted something unique to do the show.
I love that. Yeah.
The only thing I couldn't find, and that made me a bit mad, were microphones. Every single one I found is a stand microphone, one of the tall ones.
Not like a table microphone.
So,
yeah.
But I think the first question I want to do is because we're gonna do a few questions, then a bit of casual talk, basically. What inspired you to start content creation, basically?
So when I was younger, I was in a really dark place, and I had a lot of YouTubers that were there for me, like Markiplier, and I know PewDiePie is like basically canceled, but PewDiePie and a few others.
Yeah.
But they were really there for me in like the dark times. So I really, when I started doing this, I wanted to offer that type of space for other people to kind of come and watch and have fun and kind of be able to get away from life's like, stressors and stuff, because life is extremely stressful,
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so that's one reason why I started, was I wanted to be able to play games with people and friends and stuff, but I also really wanted to create a community that was supportive to one another, and I would be willing to have fun with each other and be there for one another.
Yeah, I think that's a very good impulse to start doing content creation. I was in the same place. I was following a lot of Let's Play on YouTube, and I always feel happy watching them, and I was like, if I can make people happy by doing something, and I started doing a YouTube video with very little editing, no commentary, stuff like that, and then the pandemic just pushed me into streaming.
Yeah, I think a lot of people actually started streaming with pandemic, so
oh yeah,
we're very lucky that we got to meet as many people as we did with that whole situation.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people during the pandemic started streaming not because they wanted to have fun with others. A lot of people, I think, they tried because they saw it as the easy way to make money, and during the pandemic was the worst time possible for that.
That's fair, yeah, because it was probably oversaturated.
Yeah, because everybody started streaming around the pandemic, basically.
Yeah, that checks out. I didn't, but yeah.
No, I did it too, but as I said, a lot of people didn't have a job. They wanted to earn money from home, and they found, if I play games in front of a computer, I get paid, and it's not like that, basically.
It's a lot of hard work, and I think people underestimate how much work actually goes into streaming, whether it's in the backgrounds or if it's actually on, like, on the stream itself, like keeping up with chat or keeping up with your game and trying to talk while gaming, because usually when you're gaming, you're not talking, you're just sitting there chilling. So I think a lot of people had to retrain themselves how to do that, and a lot of people don't just start knowing how to do that, so they have to learn. It's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, and that goes to my next question. What tips would you give people in terms of content creation, basically?
I know this is like a hot take, but I do feel like you have to be able to enjoy what you're doing. You have to be able to enjoy the content that you're putting out, right? So if you're doing like gaming content, you have to be able to enjoy the games because the people that are watching in your community are going to be able to tell if you're not enjoying it, right? So I think
Right.
having fun, as lame as that sounds, is very, very important. But it's also so important is branding. Um, they should be able to look at something and be able to tell it's your stream or it's your item or it's your design by looking at it, right?
Yeah.
Um, Branding is extremely important, especially in a market like VTubing, because we have to make sure that we stand out on our own within a crowd so
Yeah.
people will be able to recognize you. So my big advice is branding is so important and making sure that you're creating content that you're happy with and that you're enjoying.
Yeah. I personally can say that in terms of branding, I've been a bit bad because I started streaming just because, and then in the middle I was like, oh, I can be a VTuber by just using an image. I don't need a expensive software and stuff like that. I'm gonna give it a try.
Mhm.
And yeah, my branding was all over the place. Like, for example, the background you see in this stream, it was
Mhm.
just a mess of colors. It wasn't until my VTuber Papa Kobaro Lee slapped me basically and said, that's horrible, let's make another one. And he gave me a few tips and I paid him for it, obviously.
Yeah, and like as long as you're aware of like you can always grow in branding, I think. And I feel
Mhm.
like even since I've watched you and how I've seen you grow, your branding has slowly begun to go to like a more solidified idea. And that's always good is like being able to say, I like this color palette, this is my story, my character, and this is
Mhm.
what I'm gonna do with it, kind of thing.
Yeah. I said that is when it comes to branding, I think that is the most important thing. I think is colors and symbols, basically. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I think of you, I think, red, blacks, for example. I think of a cowboy imagery. I think of the hat. I think of buckshot and stuff like that, basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of vampire and cowboy VTubers, but when I think of those combined, I merely go to you. Even if there's another one doing the same thing, I'm gonna go to you because I'm like, oh, Val, red, black, and stuff like that, basically.
Mhm, and, like, when I was making my design, I made it, like, small things, like, on my, necklace, I have the
Yeah.
V for my name, so you're able to look at it and say that's Val, or on my belt buckle, there's a bat, like, there's so much small things you can do in branding that really can help you stand out from that kind of crowd that you might be in.
Mhm. And going to the back to the tips itself, I don't think it's a hot take saying that you need to have fun. It's basically you need to do the job that you like. Basically,
Yeah,
if you're not
yeah.
enjoying your job and you're doing it because you get paid, that is not healthy. Basically,
Yeah, and I also feel like referring to it as a job can be detrimental in itself as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Because like
Especially
when
with
you
streaming,
yeah,
streaming
yeah.
should always start as a hobby. Basically,
Yeah, I mean, there's
yeah,
some people that may have previous experience that go into it and say, "I've been a face cam streamer and now I
yeah,
wanna become a VTuber and I'm gonna put what I know into that." But I also feel like if you go into it thinking it like it's a job, it's gonna burn you out.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. So, like, some people like, for me, I thrive on schedules. So, I really like having a schedule to say, "This is when I'm doing it, this is what I'm doing." But
Oh,
other people
same.
have, no schedules, like, they are more thriving with no schedules, and it just kinda
Mhm.
works whichever way they want, so, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. It's the reason I invited you to this like a month ago. Especially for big things, I like to plan things from like 1 or 2 months beforehand, basically.
Mhm. Yeah. I enjoy planning. I'm a planner, so
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. For example, my birthday is in March. I'm gonna start planning that thing in January, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, because then you can, like, look for things that you want and get people and solidify the guests or friends
And
or whatever the
and
case
build the
is.
hype, basically.
Mhm, mhm, and that's also really important is building hype,
Mhm.
for things that you're doing.
Another thing that I say about content creation that yeah, having fun is important, but I also personally think that you need to be what is the word I want to say? You need to be adaptive, basically. You need to be willing to sometimes take a few risks, basically.
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
who knows, maybe in that risk you're gonna find something that you really like. I almost forgot him. Hello, Nico, Umbral Raccoon, Laser. Everybody say hi to Laser and Nico, please. They're two of my most common spectators here, and I really love those guys.
Hello, welcome in.
But yeah, I personally think that if you're doing content creation, you need to. I don't say like write the trends. For example, next week everybody's gonna be playing the Super Mario RPG remake. I'm gonna be playing it too because I never played it.
Mm-hmm.
But I say don't write the trends that much. You can do it, obviously, but
Yeah.
you need to be open to any new idea, and who knows, maybe you're gonna find something that you end up loving. For example,
Yeah. And
there's
I
example
feel
I
like
can-
that.
Go you first. Sorry.
No, you're good. I feel like that goes both ways. Like you don't ride the trends, don't follow them, but also go into a mindset of creating your own kind of trend, right? So if you can do both, that's where you can kind of find that sweet spot, especially in social media of
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow this trending thing, but I'm also gonna try to start my own kind of trend.
And
So.
if you need to ride a trend, find a way to make it unique to you, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because when they look at it, you want them to think of you when that trend happens. Yeah.
Yeah. The best example I can give is that, for example, something that I've been doing recently, since last year actually, is special raffles where the winner chooses the next game I'm gonna be doing a playthrough on stream.
Mm-hmm.
And late last year, the winner chose Dark Souls Remaster, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm open to Dark Souls because I always hear, it's so hard and stuff like that. But and the viewer even said, if you don't want a Dark Souls, you can do these two indie games. But at the end, I was like, no. You wanted Dark Souls, I'm gonna give you Dark Souls. It's the least I can do. So I started playing Dark Souls, and now I'm such a big fan. I'm actually doing right now a series on YouTube of a Dark Souls playthrough when I'm cosplaying as Ryu from Street Fighter.
Oh, cute! I love that.
Yeah. And,
and that
basically sent me down like a spiral. Now I'm literally never done such a fast editing in my life. I'm literally releasing those videos once a week.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'm usually such a slow editor. Like I did a boss rage of a New Game Plus in Dark Souls of one specific boss. That took me 2 months to edit. I'm editing stuff, writing scripts in 1 day now. And that's why I say people need to be open to try different things because you're gonna find something that is gonna just grab you.
Yeah, and you're excited about it and you're passionate about it, and that in turn will make other people passionate about it. So, yeah.
The other thing that you mentioned was the schedules. I think that is also important, not the schedule itself, but a consistency. Like people will say, it's for me it will be like it's 6 p.m. Eastern. Val is gonna stream right now. Basically, I know when you're gonna go live. Basically.
Yeah, it's consistency. It's so people know where to expect you, where you're gonna be, that kind of thing. So yeah. Very important, actually. Very, very important. Some people don't enjoy schedules, but a lot of community members, and I have heard like my mods really enjoy that I have a set schedule because they know like when I'm gonna be around and what I'm doing, kind of thing. So it helps a lot.
And the other thing that I think is also important is moderation. Like, it's good to be consistent and stream, but it's also necessary to know when to say no. When I'm gonna be like, okay, I need to relax today, basically. Because I've seen a lot of content creators that just go, and I'm pretty sure it's not good for their mental state.
I can't comment on that.
I just realized, just schedule it this week was
I have 1 day off. I'm
on the same. I'm in the same. I literally only took Tuesday this week, so.
Yeah. It's hard to try to find that balance of taking days for yourself and then also streaming. So I think it's really good to take time for yourself, and usually that's what I do. Like when I'm done with stream, is I take like an hour or two to myself before I go to sleep, and I just kind of relax.
Same.
But I definitely feel like You definitely need to. I personally need to pump the brakes, but I'm so passionate and I'm very goal and motivated. So like I'm trying to keep going, kind of thing. I'm that type of person.
Yeah. Something similar happened to me. I need to actually take like a week off soon because just to relax. But last time I did, I was like on the week off, and I was just here being like, I'm not doing a stream. What do I do now?
Oh yeah, I do the same thing.
I'm like, oh god, I have all this time for myself. It's weird.
Yeah, what do I do with myself? I just sit there and go
Yeah.
Do I play games? No, I shouldn't play games because I play games all week. What do I do?
Oh, that is something that happened to me in the negative way. And for everyone in the stream, this is something that happened to a lot of streamers. It's difficult to me to start a game without thinking, should I stream this?
Yeah, I agree. I've been playing Apex a lot to like learn it before I stream it, and I've actually been enjoying being able to play Apex without having the pressure of streaming it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, because that's kind of the game I've been playing offline, kind of relaxing. So that's kind of nice, but I do always get that, should I be streaming this?
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah, and you mentioned something there that is really important too, that a lot of streamers have the pressure that when they stream a game, they always have the pressure of I need to be interesting, I need to not disappoint with the gameplay, basically.
Yeah.
That happened to me with Dark Souls, actually. I was like, am I playing right? Am I doing way too stupid stuff in the game? But my viewers told me, no, you're doing great. Watching you learn and evolve in the game is amazing. And I was really happy with that.
Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people I've noticed as well. Like, when I'm playing a game I don't know, usually the community is extremely supportive and being like, no, as long as you're having fun, we don't care. We'll help you when you get stuck, but just enjoy and learn the game. And a lot of them will enjoy watching you play a game, especially if it's something they're very passionate about. They just like people enjoying something that they enjoy. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be good at it. I put my own pressure on myself to be good at games, but like other people aren't going to be as like critical of that as you are probably of yourself in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, I do myself when I chose this name. Like, I chose this name like, oh god, like 20 years ago. I'm fucking old.
That's a mood.
And I was like, when I decided to keep it as my name, I was like, yeah, I kind of do myself, because if I'm not good at the game, people are gonna call me like a phony and stuff like that. But thankfully, it hasn't happened.
And like, I feel like, and this is something that some people may disagree, and it's kind of changing as we evolve in the gaming community. But when I started gaming, like women and girls in gaming were looked down upon. So I started gaming with Call of Duty. So Call of Duty is
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of my first ones that I started learning on, like with like community aspects, right? So like you're playing online multiplayer game. So when I was playing that, that's when the first time where I started getting like roasted because I was a girl playing this game, And I feel like it's really hard because I feel like part of the pressure I put on myself is because I feel like because I'm a girl that I have to be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully for me, the only time I got like a super negativity thrown to me because of a game was in Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I kid you not, because I play a character that right now the character is considered top tier. Some people call it Mr. Game & Watch. They think is the top 3 in the game. And especially during the pandemic, people were hating on every single player that used Mr. Game & Watch or Sonic. Like, I'm not kidding that during the pandemic, where the heavy parts of the pandemic, I got a few death threats even. I'm not kidding. Oh yeah, no, it was horrible because the two characters were so good in online because of how wonky the online can be at times that a lot of people were using them basically. And
I
a few pro players even banned them from tournaments, so people were just getting fuel for the hate, basically.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Yeah, but thankfully it was just like that one time and nothing else.
That's good. I'm glad that there isn't that much negativity that you've encountered in the gaming sphere.
Yeah, and I've seen that you sometimes get a few stuff of negativity here and there. I've seen on a lot of social media, and sometimes it happens on stream, and that's probably the worst.
Yeah, I think that goes back to how you react to it, right?
Yeah.
So if you get negativity on stream, especially if you're streaming something and someone comes in and says something, usually, like in my case, the mods will just delete it. But honestly, I just normally turn it back on them because they're coming into your stream in front of anyone that you're streaming with, into your space, trying to bring you down. And when you turn that energy back to them, they usually just leave or you just ban them. So
yeah, having a witty comeback is usually the best weapon.
You give them a witty combat and hit them with a ban, and everything solves itself.
And now that you mention it, I wanted to give a big shout out to your mod team because they're always hard at work during your streams. I've seen that.
Oh yeah, the mods are crazy. My mods are crazy. They're so good.
Viridian K, thank you for the raid, and the others are still scoffing this layout.
Hello, raiders.
Let me just see. Where is it? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Welcome. I'm gonna do something that Val is gonna see, and we're gonna see their reaction to this because this is something I do to everybody who rates this stream.
Okay.
So, everybody get to your poll because we need to hit the raiders with a guitar. So, here we go. We need to put the audio there. Let's get the game. No, there's no game today. Let's get the layout. OBS. And let's get ready. The raid is here. Some commentary, some information, and a big hunk of gameplay here. Oh, we need to fix OBS. Quickly, before OBS crashes. Brazilian server doesn't work. Auto server doesn't work. The Brazilian server again. Everything working. Let's continue the stream then. And finally, the big ass thank you, Canon.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw a few streamers doing this stuff. Basically, they have videos to welcome raiders. And I was like, I want to do one. And I was like, what can I use? Monster Hunter. That's perfect.
It's very cute. I love those.
I've been meaning to do one for a one-person raids for a while.
That's cute.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the raid, Viridian K.
Welcome.
Break the ice. Welcome to the agency. So, my next question is gonna be something simple. Do you have any future plans for the, let's say, until the end of the year, going into next year? If I remember, you have a song cover coming, right?
Yeah. So I have a song cover that I'm trying to work on right now. From fuck. Hold on, I just had a brain fart.
Don't worry, it happens to everybody.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm supposed to have that soon. I have to re-record some lines, but I'm collabing with Maru Mage, who is doing the mixing and the music for me. So I'm really excited about releasing that before the end of the year.
Shout out to Maru Mage because if everybody who's a regular on my stream hears my voice different, it's because I took his mic tutorial recently.
Yeah, he has a mic tutorial to help.
It helped a lot. I feel like my voice is coming out more clean now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the song cover. Any other plans? Let's say until December, for example.
Well, I have a VR chat model, custom model that I'm getting done. So I'm hoping to debut that before the end of the year, so we can do more VR chat streams.
Please
'Cause I
tell
have
me
some-
has a wing toggle or something, or is in the plans.
A what toggle?
A wing for
Like my
your
wing?
vampire wing.
Not yet, but I can add stuff to it. So in
Oh,
the
nice.
future, I can add stuff to it.
Because it would
once
be fun to see like you on VR, like I don't know, somebody makes fun of you and you just grow your wings, grab the guy, and just go away flying.
just take them away. Say something else.
You need to have like a nest in one room and just grab people and put them there in the nest.
That would be funny, yeah. What about you? Do you have any goals for the end of the year?
Not really. One of the things I want to do, but unfortunately it's impossible, is trying more cherry streams. But
Mhm.
it's impossible for me to do it because I use the last time I tried one, I used Twitch charity stuff they have.
Yeah.
Nobody from Chile can donate
No, really?
because the charity stuff is from the US.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't donate at all. It actually blocked my debit card. I had to go to the bank to tell them, oh no, I wasn't scam. It was me trying just too many transactions for one thing.
Oh, that sucks so much. That really
Yeah.
sucks.
And unfortunately, there's here in Chile at least, charities are not like very open to the idea of what a streamer getting money for us. It's like, which is
Mhm.
funny. And right now, as we're talking, it should be starting, or maybe in a few hours, the Teleton, which is the big 27-hour charity stuff they do here in Chile every year.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, but it's on a bit of a bad fame because not all the money appears. Some people say, it's a scam, and it's been a lot over the years. I think is this the 70 or 75 Teleton? I don't remember. They're going for almost a century now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you could always apply for because you did what is it called? A speed run of something, right?
Yeah.
You could always apply for Games Done Quick. Games Done Quick does charity streams with speed running for games. So you could
Yeah.
always apply for that. That'd be cool.
I could try, but the problem is that the game I do is very unknown to people, and my world record got somebody took my world record like 2 months ago.
Oh, I see. No worries.
Yeah,
No worries.
and unfortunately, it's impossible for me to actually get it back because the person that plays the game is Metallic Child for those who don't know, and I used to be the world record for any percent easy. The guy that took the world record is one of the mods, and he plays on PC, and I play on the Switch, and the Switch has a few bugs that don't appear on PC. And because of that, my world record is impossible to make a new personal best.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, aside from wanting to try more charity stream, I think the only thing I really want to do on stream one day is just having a guest and just try to teach them one of my games, basically.
Okay, like what games are you be wanting to teach them?
Oh, for example, it would be interesting to try to teach them ARMS, for example, which is one of the games I have the most experience since I was top South American player in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, like, if I can teach somebody Yu-Gi-Oh! And they can actually understand it, for me that's gonna be the achievement of the year.
Aw.
Because
Like, I
that
got someone to
game,
do it.
oh god.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a dictionary next to you to understand that game sometimes.
That's fair. That is totally fair.
And well, now they basically try to see if this show actually can get off the ground and try to do it once a month, basically.
Yeah, that's a good goal to bring
Mhm.
on different people and kind of
Yeah.
I think that's a good one.
Because that's the reason I made this show. I want to be better at talking, basically.
Mm-hmm. You want to have more of a talk show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think those are like the main question. Just now a bit of casual talk. Like, well, October happened, and for you specifically, October is like a big month, basically.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. Big
Yeah,
one.
Like all the horror film VTubers are like, yeah, October. Oh god, October. I miss October. That's basically how they go. I've seen that. I follow quite a few horror VTubers, and that's exactly what I've seen from all of them. Excitement, burnout, and then they miss the month.
Yeah, and I had like a vacation at the beginning. So like I had my vacation and then I hit the ground running and I basically was streaming every day in October.
Yeah. You were like, I'm 1 week away.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, for October, I bought the game back in April, I think, but so I hold it in my backlog until October with Resident Evil 4, the original.
Ooh, how did you enjoy that?
It's fun. Of course, I knew it's one of the greatest game ever made, but it made me realize this is something that I already knew about myself, but this like solidified it. I'm not a horror person. I like things with horror elements, but not something fully horror, for example.
Was Resident Evil too much for you?
The first half, yeah. It was way too much anxiety for me.
Oh.
Then when it went to the more action stuff, it was like, it's fun, but of course it's not the horror thing people like. But it's still, RE4 is still amazing, basically.
Yeah, it's a really good game, but if you struggle with horror, then yeah, that would be hard.
My viewer Laser, he's trying to get me to play Outlast, and I'm like, nope, no,
my god,
no, because that will be an hour and a half of me just screaming, having anxiety and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. Sorry.
You can make it like a subathon goal or something.
Oh god. Because especially that is one of the things I probably hate the most in gaming, chase sequence.
Oh, is it too stressful for you, like them having them chase you?
Yeah, and you wanna know because probably the stupidest thing about that is how I got that fear. Basically, have you play Donkey Kong Country 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm not kidding, the level that put me into that was the level where you're climbing the trees and a giant saw is chasing you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I can beat that level now. It's so stupid, but that level was one of my first interaction of being like, oh no, it's closing in. And then there's another level in the same game where you play as the spider, and there's this target following you. And if the target locks on you, he shoots you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So those two levels basically got me like that. Which is, now I look back and it's like, wow, really? That thing got me anxiety? Laser is even saying in the chat, someday I will give you Outlast and force you to play it on 1 October.
So, Outlast has a lot of shock horror, which basically is they show you things that are like, whoa, that's kind of crazy, like, you know what I mean? Because I played Outlast 2, and a lot of the good parts of Outlast was overshadowed by the shock horror of it being like, oh, there's a lot of nudity in this game. There's a lot of, so just a big warning on Outlast. It's a really fun game. The mechanics are really fun, but a lot of the scares are more like shock horror. Yeah.
I think that's the big problem with horror in general. It's so difficult to get a good horror because everybody's gonna take that differently.
Yeah. Everyone has different fears, different reactions. Yeah.
For example, I get more scared from atmosphere and stuff.
Rather than like jump scares.
Yeah.
The atmosphere scares you more.
I remember a long time ago I read somebody say that jump scares are like the fart jokes of horror, and they're not wrong. I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I kind of see the idea.
That's so good. I've never heard that.
Yeah, I heard that in another stream, and I was like, I wouldn't go that way, but it also makes sense. So
yeah, that does make sense. I mean, if it's a good jump scare, I don't mind it. But so recently I played Don't Scream, and that game is just jump scares. And it lost its its appeal because it's just jump scares. So yeah, I can totally see how it's like a fart joke. Yeah. I can see that so much.
Yeah, for me it's just the atmosphere. It's the reason why the first half of Resident Evil 4 was so scary to me. The atmosphere, even in the old one, is amazing. And another game that is really good at making an atmospheric horror is Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance.
Ooh, a
Yeah,
horror game
because,
on Game Boy.
Yeah, because in that game, basically, stories that Samus got infected with a parasite. They had to remove her suit via surgery, and the parasite takes the armor and becomes the SAX. That thing is so scary.
Ooh, okay.
Every time you are close to that thing, you need to hide, because that thing is indestructible, will kill you in one shot, and nothing stops that. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
There's one part where it's actually a chase scene, and that thing is stressful. And there's many points where you are like in a ventilation duct, and right below you is the SAX just walking. And it's amazing how that game makes terror in that moment.
I've never played that. I've never heard about that, so that's pretty good.
Ooh. If you have the Nintendo Switch with the subscription plus, the game is actually there in the Game Boy Advance library.
Ooh, okay.
And it's actually the most approachable Metroid, because it is criticized for being a bit more linear.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen Metroid, but I haven't. I've never played them.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you enjoy more like vintage, more kind of old school games? Is that like something that you really enjoy?
Yes and no. I'm a bit more of a retro gamer. Like it's become a tradition here that in my anniversary and my birthday, I play one Donkey Kong Country game and my favorite game of all time, Demon's Crest, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I say that I'm more of a RPG platform player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one of your favorite games is Smash Bros, right?
Yeah, I started Smash Brother. I'll admit, I started Smash Brother especially for streaming, because if I like, this can get me people to watch me and stuff like that. I mean, I started with a bit of the greedy side there.
Okay.
But it's still a game I genuinely enjoy, basically.
That's good. I'm glad.
How
you
about you,
enjoy
Ali? What would you say are your game genres, basically?
I'm in like a FPS, like it's not a slump, but like I really enjoy playing FPS games.
The cowgirl likes guns. Who's honking?
The American cowgirl likes guns. But I really like FPSs, but I also really enjoy RPGs that have really somewhat linear storylines, because I do love open world games, but I have like ADHD, so I really can't do games that have so much going on.
Yeah.
So if it's like an RPG kind of story game where it has a little bit more of a linear like timeline, that helps me a lot. So those are some of my favorite games. Like one of my favorite games I'm playing this month is Gladius, and Gladius is from like the early 2000s and was Xbox. And that's a story RPG turn-based game, so I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I'm with you in the open world games. I enjoy them recently, but yeah, I'm playing it and I'm like, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Yes,
ooh, piece of
exactly.
Candy. Yeah,
Exactly.
And it creates a really bad problem for me for streams. Like, do I do all the extra stuff and people are probably gonna get bored, or do I rush the story and if the stuff ends in like 2-3 stream, basically?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you were enjoying it. I do the same thing where I'm like, oh, am I being entertaining enough, or whatever the case is. But I really feel like as long as you're enjoying it and you're vibing with it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think we can no, I mean, let me see. Oh, okay. Now I do have one extra question that just popped in my mind.
Okay.
If you didn't choose a vampire cowgirl, what thing do you think would have chose for a VTuber?
I would have. Well, I have two. I have two backup concepts that I really would do. One is a bloody unicorn. So, yeah, a unicorn that has like really long hair but has like blood on it and has like white clothes. I feel like that would be really cool. Like a unicorn girl. And then the second one would be like a Chobits like a purse
Ooh,
com,
okay.
like a robot girl. That so you can have the whole concept of playing on like technology and stuff like that. So those are my two that I would be like, if I was ever to rebrand, would be one of those two.
Okay, to all the outlaws, there's your fan art prompts for the month.
Let's go.
Now, I always say, tell myself, I'm really good at thinking of fan art for others, but since I have no money, I'm like, ah.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because I always like, oh, I could do this for fan art with another person, or maybe this, or maybe that, and I'm always like, oh yeah, my pockets are empty.
I relate to that.
Just says Val in a unicorn outfit. Make it a unicorn onesie, Jazz.
Oh my God,
There's the fan art idea.
So cute.
Val in a like red and black unicorn onesie. There he is.
Perfect. Perfect. What about you? What would be your other concept if you weren't a detective?
Ooh,
What
that
would
would
you
be
do?
difficult because, funny enough, this detective concept for myself,
Yeah.
I've had it since I was 8 years old. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if I were to revamp, I will keep the detective stuff, but I will add all the stuff I didn't in this one because the original idea was more like a comic book superhero, basically. Like the suit would be like a mechanical thing that takes my inner energy and allows me to do like super jumps and stuff like that, basically.
Okay. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I was basically inspiring stuff like, Batman, The Question, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
So
Valiant
would
Blue.
you
Welcome to the stream.
Hi Blue. So would you have done like a anti-hero, or would you have done a hero?
I think I would have been probably would have been a bit more of an anti-hero because
Yeah.
because this goes with my own personality. I do feel like sometimes we need to be harsher with punishment sometimes. But that comes from how the law system is here in Chile. TLDR, it sucks here. It really sucks.
I'm so sorry from an American. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not kidding him. Just to make I'm gonna make the story really short. My sister got robbed one time. It took us 6 months to get the guy to be sentenced to community service.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was another time. This is the big one that made me lose faith. Basically, a guy that tried to put a bomb in a building close to my house. And even though that counts as terrorism, the judge decided because the guy blew the artifact in his hand and lost 6 fingers, that was enough punishment.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I don't want to get political, and it's difficult for me because I'm literally in a family of politicians. But yeah, it's oof. Yeah, really off. So that's why I think I will go with a more of an anti-hero. I think it must be buried in my closet. I had a notebook that actually had like not only the things for my character, but also I made basically like a Justice League of all the characters, basically.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I made a lot of stuff like that, and I think I have buried that in my closet.
That's really cool.
That brings me to another question. If it's a bit too personal, you can say no. That's fine. You always talk about how you had a difficult childhood. You have CPTSD, if I'm correctly.
Yeah.
Basically, if you have any advice for people in the same lane, basically, what's a good way to go with that?
So I suffer from CPTSD, which is complex post-traumatic stress disorder, and also I have childhood PTSD. So basically, what I've learned, and I've been to therapists, and I've been on medication, and I've done the whole thing. What I've really learned is that you need to find something that will ground you, because whether that's a person, a thing, a feeling. Because when you have these PTSD flashbacks or whatever the case is, what's going to be really important is grounding yourself and reminding yourself that you are safe and you're in a safe environment. Nothing's going to hurt you. Also, finding your triggers is really important. So why are you feeling this way, and why is it upsetting you? And because sometimes, like, I will sit there and I'll be like, I'm being irrational, right? Like my feelings right now are totally irrational for what is happening. Why am I feeling this way? And did I get triggered by something because of something that was in my childhood? So trying to figure out triggers with certain things, because a lot of mine comes from like social. So like if somebody says something to me, it can send me on a spiral because of the stuff that happened to me when I was younger.
Yeah.
So finding triggers is really important to try to identify if like you're upset irrationally or if this is something that really is bothering you. And then also grounding is really important, is finding something or someone, or sometimes even like if I have a really bad day, I'll just take a cold shower and that will help me a lot. So but it's hard to talk about because I'm not in like a really good
that's what I say. If you didn't want to answer it, that's fine. I understand.
But I can say that I know it's cheesy and it sounds stupid, but like things do get better, and there are people that love you and care for you, even if you don't feel like you got that when you were younger. But I'm sure that there is at least a handful of people that are happy that you're here today, and we're stronger and we're gonna kick its ass. So yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Sin. Welcome to the stream.
Hello,
yeah,
Sin.
I agree. It's good to have an anchor, as you say, something that puts you back into reality, basically.
Yeah, because you can get lost in that emotion, you know.
Yeah, especially when you have nobody to help you. You start spiraling down, basically. And that can be like people probably saw last Saturday. I got really depressed last Saturday, basically. I had a horrible dream that it just reminded me of the issues I'm having right now. My work day was horrible, and my God, I just felt like in the lowest that day.
Yeah.
But so I told on my Discord, I'm gonna be canceling stream. I don't wanna start yelling at you guys because it's gonna happen. One person, shout out to Laser, said that it was fine that to took my time and stuff like that, and that helps actually. Even if it's just one person saying it, does help.
Yeah. Even one person just saying something, and it's like I always say at the end of the stream, because it's true. It's honestly true. Like one act of kindness can start a ripple, right? So like someone saying something to someone who is having such a bad day, that one person can make that person's day. So if you want that kindness shown to yourself, you just continue to spread it, and then we can kind of just make the world a better place with one step at a time, you know?
Yeah, that's for me when I know I had a good stream, when one person on the stream is enjoying it, basically.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, I feel like if I'm spreading happiness to even one person, I'm doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think it's time for this little segment that I wanted to do, and it's basically called Meet My Taste. Working title, basically. I'm still trying to see if everything here. But yeah, what this is that I'm a full believer that the best way to know another person is know the characters they like, on the stuff they like, basically, because it says a lot about them. So what I did was I asked Val to send me a couple of characters, and I have a couple of characters that I want to show. Basically, I want to see each other's reaction to the characters and basically explain why we love the character. We can gush about the character a little bit if we want, that kind of stuff, basically.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with one of my characters, and I talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! A little earlier. So the first one I'm gonna be showing is one specific Yu-Gi-Oh! Card that is one of my favorites.
This is from the collab. I remember this.
Yeah, this is a IP Masquerina. It's considered one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is actually like a new artwork they made. The original one, she was like younger, like a more childish. This is the one that released very recently. And it is clearly that somebody at Konami was like, yeah, we have a cyberpunk deck. Let's go more with that.
I love that design, actually. That's a really good design.
Yeah, and it's really good in Master Duel. This is one of the few monsters that have an animation when summoned. She basically like stretches while on the motorcycle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of cards that have animation. For this one, they went like, oh, yeah, she's looking at the camera, stretching. It's like, you're doing something, Konami, and you know it.
I love that so much. That's really cool.
Yeah. Let's go with one of yours. I try to not get him. I'm gonna go with the most obvious one in this list.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh, of course it was gonna be.
Yeah, Johnny Silverhand. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I can't believe I wasn't expecting it. I was like, which character is gonna send me? And then I saw it, was like, oh, of course. Of course it's gonna be Johnny.
I just love his character so much. And it's Keanu. I'm simple.
No, that's one thing I can say. I don't know a lot of about Cyberpunk, but I do know that I like that this character isn't loved just because it's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, his character is actually really, really interesting, I think.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, thank God, because there's a lot of time when a character is just loved because the actor is attached to it.
Yeah, no, he's got an actual really cool character design, and I really feel like in Cyberpunk, Keanu did a really good job at making this character so different from anything he's ever played before. So that was really fun as someone who's been a fan of Keanu. So it just made me love it more. So yeah.
Oh, I don't know if you watch. There's a fun animation. Somebody made like a ending to a Samurai Jack episode where Jack is waking up and Johnny is there in the Samurai Jack style and goes, "Wake the fuck up, Samurai. We have a serious burn." Takes off the glasses and it's like the ending of an episode basically. And I'm like, that fits so well.
That's so good. I love that.
I can totally see a season where Jack becomes a part of Johnny's team and they have to recover the city that was taken by a coup or stuff like that.
That would be really cool, actually.
Okay, let's go with another one of mine.
Okay.
Okay, this is another one from Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is interesting because did you know there's an actual VTuber deck in Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, no, I did not know that.
Yeah, I tried to make this so the images stay in size and it didn't work. So, yeah, these are the evil twins, Kisikil and Lila. The pink one is Kisikil, the blue one is Lila. No, Lila, Lil-La, basically. So, this is a deck that they start in a form called the Live Twins. And they're literally VTubers. Like, it's their avatars, and this is the real ones.
That's really cool. I actually really love that concept.
And the whole thing is that they're also a phantom thief, so if you know the secret password on her website, you can hire them for a heist, basically.
Oh, so, I love that.
Yeah, and they have another group of evil twins called Sonia and Luna, a small white girl and a tall black woman, that are trying to expose them and cancel them, basically.
Oh no.
Yeah. And this is actually the old outfit. They just re-released these cards with new outfits, and those are streamer outfits, basically. Like, I don't have the images, but when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, they're going full streamer with these two.
I love that. That's really cool.
And I'm pretty sure every single VTuber who plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel has the deck.
I don't blame them.
I'm 100% sure that every single VTuber has made the deck at some point.
This gives me like mad Idolmaster vibes, like with the skirts and like so cute. I love it.
And to put it even more funny in the reference, apparently, for what I understand, this deck premiered in America the same week as Gura, apparently. So I'm like, Okay, no, that is on purpose. They literally made a VTuber deck. And yeah, I see in the chat, Ice is asking if you like crayons.
This man. I swear to God, dude.
Ice,
Thank
you need
for
to
being here.
Ice, you need to get an artist and you make the TF2 spy meme, but it's Val with a bunch of crayons in her mouth.
Oh my God! No! Don't give Ice ideas.
I'm gonna give the idea, but I said it. I do the ideas. I can execute them. I just give them.
Oh my
So yeah,
God.
the spy meme, but it's Val with a bunch of crayons in her
No,
mouth.
no! Ice says bet. No, please listen. Wait.
Ah. Okay, let's go for another one. Oh, of course, yeah, another one that you can say no, it's Blade, of course.
It's a Blade. I love him so much. He was one of my childhood crushes. I liked how stoic he was.
This is
And his,
still
like-
one of the best Marvel movies.
Oh,
Don't at me.
absolutely. Yeah,
Like 100%.
absolutely.
I love this movie.
I loved his wardrobe. I love his personality. I love the series. I love the lore. It's just so good.
I think for me, this was one of the first characters that I saw that I was like, oh, he's always cool. He never is doing something wrong. He's never in a bad position, basically. Even like in the worst moment in the movie, he's still cool, basically.
Yeah, he has like nerves of steel. He has a very good like mask he hides behind. And I kind of relate to that as well because I usually mask very much myself. So
yeah,
like
I can see that.
I was like I relate to him so much.
Yeah, that is some. As I said, that is why I want to do this segment because it really shows the personality of a person when you know which character they like and why. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, I like this," or "I hate this," but when you ask them why, a lot of people don't know how to answer.
Yeah.
So for me, that is the important thing. Not so much what you love and what you hate, but why you love or hate something.
Yeah. I just relate to him so much, and all the stuff that he has gone through and how he grew from it. I just get it. I get it.
Okay, another one of mine. Okay, I'm gonna go with this character because I have a story of this character and how people. One person almost tried to defame me with for liking this character.
Okay.
So this character, the image looks didn't translate well here. So this is Poppy Alpha from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. She's basically I think the best way to say it is that she's the Pinocchio in the game. Basically, she's a robot that wants to be a real blade, basically a real entity for her creator, which is this furry bug named Tora.
Okay.
So a lot of the stuff in the game is her trying to find her identity, which is something that I really like. Which is funny because I don't like Pinocchio that much, but I love the Pinocchio-like characters, basically.
Oh, okay. So you relate to... Do you feel like you relate to her trying to find her place?
Exactly. But this character also has a bit of infamy because of the context in that she's created. So Tora is an Opon, basically this furry ball with long wings that he uses as arms. He builds Poppy to help the main character. But when she activates her, she goes, "How can I help you, master?" and does like a cutie pose, and he deactivates her and reactivates her properly. And the character's like, "Why does she have that setting?" And he's like, "No, that was my father before it disappeared." And then they look at his closet and he has a maid outfit, like a gothic Lolita outfit, and he's like, "Oh, you are that kind of person." And I think Donkey in his video said it best. Why does the Furby that sounds like Jar Jar Binks wants a sex doll, basically? But yeah, it's not for like sex. He did that for exaggeration, but yeah, he wanted basically like a cute anime girl, basically. So that is the thing that it gets a bit of infamy in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that a lot of stuff is too anime. And yeah, that almost got me in problem in one Discord. So when two characters from Xenoblade 2 got announced for Smash, Pyra and Mifra, the red and white chick with the swords, people were saying, people only like this character because of the sex appeal, because Pyra and Mifra have big boobs and stuff like that. I said, no, I'm excited for the character because I like the game. This guy was being, no, you like it because of boobs. And I told him, dude, my favorite character is Poppy. And his answer was, I'm gonna put you in a watch list. So you can see what he was insinuating. Like, he was insinuating that I was that type of person. Me and the mods of that Discord immediately went on the defensive there, because I told them, you say that people who like the game are just because sex, but you're literally putting me in that barrel, so you are the one that's thinking that. You didn't even ask me why I like the character.
Yeah.
Also, Poppy has the only 2 scenes in the game that legit made me cry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one part when the main character, he lost Pyra, his blade basically, and he's like, I'm gonna quit, I give up, and all the other characters slap him in the face and telling him how stupid he is. Then Poppy's gonna go and punch him, and everybody's like, no, because she has super strength, so it was gonna kill him. But it's just a light tap on the head, and she starts crying, saying, I'm not a real blade, my master is not a real driver, so we can never be a real pair. That's why we take inspiration from you, and the voice acting is amazing. I legit start crying there.
Oh, I love when games can cause that emotional reaction like that.
And then there's another one at the end where she explained that she's not gonna help save the Pyra because she's gonna sacrifice herself because she made a promise earlier, and she's admitting that while in tears. Aww. She's crying. The main character is like, "That's a stupid promise. Just help her, please." And God, I break. I'm starting to break right now. Jesus.
Aww. I love that.
Okay, let's go for another one of your characters. And I remember you sharing this on Twitter.
Yeah, Dizzy.
Yeah, with DCM. I want to know why, because I know a bit of Guilty Gear, but not a lot. So I want to hear, because you said she basically has your heart, basically.
Oh yeah, well she has like these like loops, and like that go down into like these long twin tails. Well, so like one of the first games I played was Guilty Gear like 3, I think it was. And when I was playing this story, I felt I related a lot to Dizzy, because in the story she is kind of being pulled between two worlds in a way, of like she has like and her wings are basically an angel and a demon, right?
Yeah, I know.
So basically she's, kind of fighting between the way she feels and these two entities influencing her decisions. So, but I've just always related to her, and I've always loved her design no matter what they do. I just love the idea of them having like the two wings be an angel and a demon, because I've never seen anything like that before. Like we've seen like white and black wings, but we've never seen them actually be like entities.
Yeah,
so
and it's kind
of
really like a super exaggerated version of the angel and the devil in the shoulder too.
Exactly, yeah. So it's like the idea.
And I can see why you relate to that, because she's always being pulled from one side to the other, basically, and it's kind of like me with Poppy. It goes with you wanting to have like an identity, basically. I feel
exactly, and feeling like you're kind of stuck in the middle between two different decisions, and you're not sure where to go. And sometimes you feel like you lose your identity because you are having these two angel and devil pulling you one way or the other.
That's something that a lot of people suffer, that they don't have an identity because they feel like need to be in place A or place B, when sometimes the answer is actually being in their own place C. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, I can see why you relate to this character now. It's cool. That's what I said I wanted to do this segment.
Yeah, Dizzy's really cool. Dizzy's a really cool character.
This character, I like this character. I wouldn't say my absolute favorite, but I want to see your reaction to it. Okay. So, this is Kana from Master Blaster 02.
I don't know what that is.
It's a platformer game. It's basically a remaster of a an old Natsume game, basically. So,
Okay.
yeah, this character, people say that, the Xenoblade characters are a bit controversial for a sex appeal. Look at this one.
Well, I'm already biased because it's my favorite color. So-
Yeah. But yeah, for people who are wondering, yes, her boobs are technically watermelons. So,
and her hair is like a palm tree.
it's a plant, basically. Her head is a pot.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for what I understand, the idea is that the flower is actually a Kana, and she created the rest of the body.
Oh,
The flower
that's
is apparently
cool.
a Natsume reference called the Flower of Life.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think this character is actually made him. Well, I know that it was made for sex appeal. The designer even admitted that in the art book. I'm not kidding. It's literally written in the art book, and I quote, "I kinda want to make a new fetish."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was originally supposed to be like a bunny princess with the whole idiot personality, and then changed it to a flower girl, basically. She even has a thing where that is her body when she's fully hydrated, basically.
Oh,
if
I
she actually
see.
gets dried, she turns in like a little girl body, basically.
So it's like Sue for Monster Girl or Monster Musume.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Very
This
cute,
character
though.
became so popular that in the game she's in, Blaster Master 02, they added a DLC called Kana Racing Simulator. It's basically like a shooting gallery where you get power-ups and you feed Kana, and she goes into different transformations, and the final ones are this one, Kana in a kimono, in a red sling bikini, I'm not kidding, and stuff like that. Like you grow Kana into different sexy outfits. I like showing this character just for people's reaction, like, what? Sometimes, because, yeah, this is literally the artist wanting people to do it with a flower, basically.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't shame.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Yeah. I mean, you can't shame him in as well because I'm just gonna say werewolves.
Yeah, I can't say nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's go for another one of yours. Okay, this is gonna be interesting to know a bit because
Ooh.
when it comes to Star Wars, I know nothing.
Finnick, yeah. So Finnick is like Boba Fett's like partner. Not necessarily like romantic. She's just literally like his partner. But I really admire her her sassiness, and then B, her fucking resilience. Like I feel like she's very strong-minded, and she has like the punch to back it up. You know what I mean? Like it's not just her all talk, and I really respect that about her. And she has a lot of struggles in her like past, right? So and that's kind of what's formed her to where she is now. And I relate to that so much. Like I just feel like, you know, she's been through some shit. She's still going through some shit, but she's willing to step back and kind of make light of some situations or take the reins if needed. So
yeah, and for what I see in the reaction, I'm glad to see that she's like the badass type of character, but it's not like the stereotypical badass for what you're telling me.
No, like she's a supporting character, but she still has like her own like, you know, quirks. She's very quirky in her design. And I really enjoy this about Star Wars is they started to make the designs with less sex appeal, right? So like we're not having to worry about another Princess Leia situation where she's in slave gear. Like we have Finnick in a actual like outfit, and she has a helmet on, and it's sexy in its own way, and she's empowered in her own way. And I think that's a really cool thing, is because women can and anyone, not just women, can be empowered by different things and different clothing and different kind of stuff. So I feel like that's really cool that Star Wars has slowly branched out from the stereotypical designs that they have done for women.
You mentioned Princess Leia, and she's still a badass even in the slave outfit. But the slave outfit kind of feel like they're trying to to put in an, oh, she's a princess. She needs to be the princess in distress.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a big problem with media. We haven't gone away from that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people still think that, for example, and this example is actually null because of the animated series, that Lois Lane is always need to be saved by Superman. And just recently they did the My Adventure with Superman cartoon that I heard is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we haven't unfortunately gone from that. That the males are always the heroes, the female are always the object to rescue.
The damsel in distress. Yeah, we're moving away from that, and I'm enjoying that quite well because
we're still quite away from to get away from that in full, but it's happening at least.
Yeah, we're moving, we're progressing slowly.
Okay, one of my characters now, I think. So we saw one of your favorite fighting game characters with DC. I'm gonna show now my favorite fighting game character.
Let's go. Oh yes,
Min Min from ARMS.
Yeah.
Like something that I really enjoy. I really enjoy like the Asian culture, basically, like the designs they have, just aspect of the culture in general and stuff like that. Not like super otaku for to give it a word, basically, but I really enjoy watching well done designs like that.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
And I remember when ARMS was announced, I was like, the game looks fine, but the characters they shown, they haven't speak to me still. And then they show Min Min, and I was like, her. I was like, I pointed at the skin and I said, that's my main, that's gonna be my only main, that's gonna be my character, nobody's gonna take it away from me.
I'm glad you're into the design. It's really good. It's a really good design.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
I always use ARMS as a way to teach people about game design, basically, because the producer of the game actually talked about the design of the characters, and they chose the arms first, like what are the extended arms gonna be made, and they went for the design. For example, Min Min is all about noodles. Her arms are noodles. The left arm can transform into a dragon, basically. So if you look at the hat, it's a ramen bowl.
Oh, it is! That's really cute!
Yeah.
I love that.
But her name, Min Min, is actually coming from the Chinese main, which means pool noodles.
I didn't know that. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. And speaking of Chinese, fun fact, this is the first Chinese character Nintendo has ever made.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't
because
know that.
you know China and Japan hate each other, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is the first Chinese character Nintendo has ever made.
Wow, okay.
And I always mention in color balance, for example, this character is perfect because the main colors are orange and green. And the whole idea is that the dragon arm becomes bigger when it transforms into the dragon. So it changes colors and size to draw the attention to the player to that arm, basically.
So they're not paying attention to the other one.
Yeah. Most of the time, but it's still because that is the main gimmick of Min Min. That arm, when it turns into the dragon, it has the properties of the arm when it's fully charged permanently until she gets knocked down.
Oh, okay. I see.
And Blue mentions that they love it when she was brought into Smash. Yeah, she became the most popular character basically in the game, in ARMS. They literally made an in-game tournament that took place for like 2 months, where people would play representing a character for one weekend. And Min Min won that tournament, and a lot of people think that is the reason she got into Smash.
She's very cute. I could see it.
And a lot of people hate her in Smash because she is one of the best characters in the game.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it happens. If a character is good in Smash, yeah, they're gonna Okay. Oh, another of yours.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a campy playstar, basically. Basically, if you're off stage, Min Min will win you all the time. So, can I make a little confession about Elena?
Yes.
So, You can shame me all you want, Val. People in the chat can, but you can. I didn't know about Dead or Alive. I heard about it, but I didn't know. The first time I saw Elena, unfortunately, was because of a hentai doujinshi.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. That was like 15 years ago, maybe. I don't know what website I was browsing, and it appeared. I think it was a website where somebody managed to upload one of those, basically.
Oh, I see.
And that's how I learned about Elena, basically.
So I know everybody's probably like, why didn't you do Tina? Well, I personally don't relate to Tina as much as I would like to. Her personality is completely opposite of mine.
And that feel like stereotyping, honestly. Wow, because she's a cowgirl? Wow, guy, wow.
But I feel like Helena, I relate to a lot because she has the pressures of her family on her, and she deals with the mistakes of her parents a lot.
I can immediately see why, yeah.
Yeah, so I relate to her a lot, and I really enjoy how, like, cool, calm, collected she is, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I really aspire to be that. But
Blue mentions that Dead or Alive girls are ... well designed. Yeah, Dead or Alive is that type of game that, it has the sexy appeal, obviously, but they also go beyond that. It's just that people don't see beyond that, basically.
Yeah.
Like, the characters have personalities, they have backstories, they have issues, they have strengths, weaknesses, but it's not just eye candy, and people need to start looking beyond that.
That's what I say. That's why when I tell people, like, DOA is one of my favorite.
A lot of people, when I'm talking about characters, they tell me, oh, this is a bad character design. And I ask them, why? It looks dumb. And I'm like, that's not character design. That's how the character looks. Character design is how the character looks, how the character behaves, where the character lives, who does it interacts with. For example, VTubers. That's literally a character design in its prime. Because it's not just, I'm gonna make a vampire cowgirl. No, you're gonna give it a backstory. It's gonna have your personality, and it's gonna have its own lore. Or VTuber may be part of the lore, etc., etc.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think DOA gets a bad rap because of some games, but I also feel like if people would give it a chance and, like, listen to their stories and, you know, like, play the game through the story modes, like, especially with, like, the newer ones they put out, it's just you're missing so much. You know,
and especially with the last one. The last one is I'm sorry, I'm thinking of Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter is the one that released a free-to-play game.
Yeah, I think DOA 5 is the most recent, right?
Yeah,
or is it
I think the two things that made DOA suffer a bit is because the DLC costume that is made for eye candy, basically.
Yeah, I mean, sex sells. That's what they're gonna do.
And it's in the DLC. It's not like the main thing they're using in the game most of the time.
Yeah,
but the other one, I think that Jordan and Blue just mentioned it. Yeah, Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah.
I think that game hurt the reputation of DOA a lot.
I enjoy it. I enjoy both, though.
If people enjoy it, they can enjoy it. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I'm saying that it did put a dent on the franchise, basically.
I think they used that a means to an end. So, like, they used the beach one to get the funding for the actual game. That's kind of how I see how it went. But even
I'm gonna complain, though, that Extreme Beach Volleyball 3, I think Lisa, the black girl, is not there.
No, she's not.
No.
Yeah.
And I'm really because she's in terms of just eye candy. I mean, she's my favorite DOA girl, and I'm like, why is she not in the game?
I think they were missing quite a few from the new one.
Yeah.
Were they not?
And I don't like bringing this type of stuff, but it feels like it's just white girls. Why not the black girl? And she was in the previous one, so.
No, I agree. I think they definitely need to bring more diversity into it. I agree. Absolutely. Take notes.
Okay. I have 2 characters left for me. I'm gonna go with this one because I mentioned having a world record in this game. And this character basically goes with popping the Pinocchio-like character, basically. This is Rona from a Metallic Child.
Oh, I like the design.
She is heavily inspired by Mega Man, and just like Poppy, she has a bit of a identity crisis. Basically, she was built as an assistant for her mother, Dr. Irene, but the space station they were working got attacked by the robots they designed, the Metallic Childs. So they think somebody either reprogrammed them or hacked them, basically. The Metallic Childs killed everybody, including Irene. So Rona, being just a service robot, equips herself with weapons and tries to stop the Metallic Childs, stop the creation of more robots, and just prevent that the station collapses into air.
Okay.
And to do that, they actually made like a funny joke for adding the player character, the gamer. She actually opens a channel that connects to a console on air, and you, the player, control Rona because she's allowing you to control her, basically. She even mentioned she lives in a world where the main console is the Play Switch box. That is the name of the console.
Oh, they're quirky. They think they're so funny.
Yeah. But yeah, no, as I said, this probably go because I really like the robot girl like design in a lot of these. Because I love that they don't go like, oh, it's just a girl, but it's a robot. No, they go half and half. Because
that's true.
That's another thing about me. I'm a really strong believer of half and half, basically. Like, if something happens, is in part for this side and in part for this other side, basically. So for me, design needs to do that as well. If you're gonna do, like, for example, you, a vampire cowgirl, you need to have a good cowgirl half and a good vampire, and you do that really well, actually.
Aw, thanks. Yeah. Do you think you would ever do like a cyberpunk version of yourself that's like half robot?
If I had the money, I would already done so many outfits for my character.
That's fair.
Like I would have done, like, for example, Leon's outfit for RE4.
Oh, okay.
I would have called that like American Tom, basically. I would have done probably one in like shorts and a Hawaiian shirt for summer. And I wanted to do, even I talked this to my VTuber Papa Cobaroli, I wanted to do, at least do an alternate color. So I have like a red one inspired by Carmen Sandiego, a blue one inspired by The Question, a green one from the Green Hornet, and stuff like that.
That'd be cute, yeah.
A yellow one for Dick Tracy, and stuff like that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, okay. We have one more for you and one more for me. This is an interesting one because I know why people like Halo, but I never like fully understood why Master Chief in particular.
Oh man, so so besides being nostalgic, because Master Chief is one of the first. So Halo was the first like first-person shooter game I played ever.
And he's iconic, basically. Let's be honest.
He's iconic. He's strong. He's smart. He is very like. Well, I feel like I'm more of like a bubbly person. His personality is very much of a cool-headed person, and I really enjoy that in other characters. And shut up, Blue.
He has a mask helmet.
But I also really enjoy the fact that I think a part of it is like he doesn't show his face. Like that's not important to him. Looks aren't important to him, and they make that such a big thing in the game, right? So like he doesn't show his face ever. It's not something that's focused on. It's kind of like he just never takes off his helmet. Okay, anyways, back to the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, and I kind of enjoy that. It's not his appearance isn't a main focus. It's his personality. So that's something I like. You mentioned
something there that it's not weird, honestly. I find it very reasonable that he just said you are very bubbly in personality and he is very serious. That makes sense, basically. As people say, opposites attract, basically. So I can see why you like a character that is like the complete opposite of who you are, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for example, I'm consider myself to be a very regular, sometimes happy-go-lucky person, so I really like strong female characters. Like, I'm like Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I like a woman who can kick my ass.
Let's go. Yes. Yes, good taste.
Yeah. Yeah, and as you said, this is the type of character that, yeah, they never show his face, but that's not important, basically.
Yeah, it's not the focus of him as a character and as a person. And that just
remind me of another character that I think a lot of people really like is Madeline from the game Celeste. So that character suffers from first of all, she's trans. It was confirmed during the DLC, at the end of the DLC, that she's actually trans. She suffers from a lot of anxiety, and the whole game premise is that she goes to scale this mountain to see if that helps with her problems. And the powers of the mountain create this second personality called Madeline that she thinks is the awful stuff that happened in her life, and she needs to destroy it. And then she learns, no, I need to live with this. I need to actually get in peace with this. And as I said, the character is trans, but they never made that the focus of the character. The focus was the struggles. Like, you take the trans thing away, it's still an amazing character. And that's something, going with Master Chief, that some people think that that is not, how to say it, that is something wrong. Like, oh, why don't you show this? Or why don't you explain this character is a sexual preference, stuff like that. It's like, because that's not the character, that's just a trait. Like in the case of Master Chief, the face is not important. What is important is what he does.
Yeah, exactly. And how he handles things and what's his goals. And like, and as the game series goes on, we kind of see, we start out with him being like a militaristic, like, you know, figurehead, right? And then as we go on, he slowly is pulling away from that because of how he feels about certain things. And that shows growth. And I think that's a really cool thing to see, you know?
Yeah, and he's a character that that's a good thing he doesn't show in his face. You can feel you are a Master Chief, basically. Okay, this is the last one for me, and I'm gonna say this is one of the main inspirations for me doing the whole detective look, basically.
Okay.
This is the character that basically, one of the many detective characters that define the whole thing. Inspector Zenigata from Lupin the Third.
Oh, okay. You know, I can see that completely. Yeah.
Because Zenigata is basically, in my opinion, like the perfect character in that regard. As I said, I love when stuff are very well balanced. And Zenigata is equals part badass and equals part funny. Like when he wants to arrest somebody, he's really cool. He literally throws his handcuff like a ninja stars, basically. He's always ready, he's always prepared. The only thing he fails is to get Lupin, basically. When he comes to Lupin, he's an absolute idiot, and he's the comic relief at those moments. And that's what I love him. He's basically like, yeah, you can have a character being badass one moment and goofy the next, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It's basically, you don't need to stop with one thing. A lot of people think that they need, I need to be super serious, or I need to be always funny. And no, you can have multiple emotions. That's being human.
Yeah. Your personalities and you as a person isn't like a single thing. It's a spectrum. You know, some people will see a part of your personality that others will not, because you're comfortable or whatever the case is. So it's like, it changes. It's not just one thing. Yeah.
And yeah, I think that is the last one for both of us. So
nice.
Yeah, there's not a lot more to do. Anything else you wanna say, Val? Basically.
Thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Oh no, I'm the one that need to say thank you, Val. I was really nervous to ask you. I'm gonna be honest because I'm gonna be honest in this part. When you became so big so fast, which is amazing, I started to feel like, is it right for me to ask her for collabs and stuff like that? I was feeling like, because you obviously will say yes, I don't, I'm not doubting that, but I was like, am I doing this because I want to or because of numbers and stuff like that? I was in a lot of doubt about myself asking, basically. So
Yeah.
once I got over that, I was like, okay, no, Val is actually somebody that I've talked to and I want to know more about you, basically. And that's the reason I made this show. I have so many people that I say, oh yeah, I'm friends with that person, but I don't really know them. And you being the first one in here, it really means a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was a lot of fun, and never, like, I don't really care about numbers. Like, I know that sounds dumb, but like, as long as we're friends, and you've always been really sweet to me, so there would be no reason for me to say no unless it was like a scheduling issue. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I really appreciate you.
Yeah, no, and I think everybody here in the chat also is really thankful for having meeting you. I read it on your Discord a lot of times. You really touch a lot of people. In this, it's been a year. For you, like a year and a half almost.
Yeah, a year and a half almost. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, as I've said it on Twitter and saying it here, it's really inspiring that you managed to touch so many people in such a short amount of time.
Like, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm glad because you deserve all this praise, but you really you deserve to be called a big influencer.
No, I just want to be a positive person in people's lives. That's all I want to do.
And you are. Like, I'm pretty sure I can ask anybody in the chat right now, and they're all gonna agree that you're an amazing positive force for all of us.
That's all I want. I just want us to be happy. I want you to be happy. I want
Thank you.
to live your best life and just have fun. You know, we only get this one chance, so we might as well fucking have a great time, right?
Yeah, have a great time and just make the most out of everything, basically.
Yeah, and just be a good person. Treat each other good. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's gonna be everything. So let me just see who should we raid? Because I always try to raid somebody here. Ooh, I know. So there's this VTuber called Sure I Live. He is a VTuber that actually, because of their condition, they need to play with a specific controller to play games one-handed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're playing Baldur's Gate 3 right now.
Let's go.
So yeah, I think we're gonna be raiding. Let me just see because I always screw up names. Okay, go. Yeah, everybody say hi to Shurai when we get there. And thank you, everybody. I'm definitely gonna be doing this once a month.
Yeah,
it was just knowing that people were interested. I'm gonna try my best to have at least one English episode and one Spanish episode each month. Tomorrow I'm actually doing the Spanish pilot with another VTuber.
That's really so cool.
I'm gonna look between my own list, but Val, any suggestions? Who should I try to drag here, basically?
Oh, I could shoot you some in your DMs so you can interview them. I think that would work. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna try to find people that I know for a little while, or stuff. And if anybody of you guys have suggestions, feel free to do it on my Twitter, Game Master Tom. Please follow Val. All the socials have been showing there in the clock.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. And without any more to say, let's go into the raid. Thank you everybody for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow for the Spanish pilot or in any future stream. Take care. Bye.